Thank y'all for tuning in. This is the DagogetaTv. I'm your guy, Deme D. This is an episode of What We Roc Indie Designer Series, where I highlight up-and-coming designers or designers who, have an established brand. And I'm really excited with this one, man. We in Queens, we on Jamaica Ave, my old stomping grounds. You already know we rep Queens all day. Got my guy Shokanni in the building, man. What's good? What's good?
Everything, man. How are you?
Nah, I'm good, man. I'm excited, man. I'm definitely happy, and just excited to see progress. People coming from the neighborhood and just reaching their endeavors and pushing their goals. Right. Thank you for pulling up and being on What We Roc. So you wear many hats. You're an artist as well as a designer, and I'm sure you got other endeavors as well. But we're gonna focus on the gear today. So I don't even know where to start, man, because this is just dope, man. You got the storefront, you got the brand. So let's start with the brand. Is this something that you've been doing as far as before Vision, or this is your first clothing line?
As far as like where we taking it now, yeah, I feel like it's like our first real clothing line. Like before, like you said, I was always an artist, so we always had like merch, that we used to have attached to like whatever music we was doing.
Okay, it feels different. It was more for like selling.
Just like music attached to it. But as far as like this time, it was just like, this is not like merch. This is like a whole separate entity. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So this is like so it's like real clothes, like real clothing, and we getting into all type of clothing, not just sweatsuits, and we getting into all type of stuff like
Yeah, I see it expanded. But what did you start with, the first type of clothing?
So I did a little bit or whatever, and I came home, and I was talking to my guys, and we was getting things back in order, and when I came home, like I said, I was on the music as well, and we wanted to have, of course, some type of, at first, merch to be like attached to the music.
The music, yeah, that's how you gotta do it.
Right, and then so we designed like this T-shirt. It was the One Vision T-shirt. It was white with black stitching, and it was like, it wasn't like your regular merch though. It was like kind of elevated, even from the first one. So when I came home, they had the shirt for me, and that was like the first picture. If you even go on my gram right now, it's still there. It was like the first picture we took, and then it was like from there it took off on a life on its own. Like we got like 50 T-shirts, right? And then it was like 50 T-shirts to that one T-shirt, and we ain't look back, man. Now we sitting in the Vision store, like
that shit was real.
And I know the name is kind of self-explanatory, but what I mean, so is you and you have people with you?
Yeah, I got partners for sure.
Okay, all right. So what landed y'all on Vision? I know it's kind of self-explanatory, but
I mean, well, so like I said, I was talking to them when I was inside or whatever. I was on the phone with them, talking to them every day about it. Like I didn't really call home to talk about the gossip that was going on in the town.
Good fucking point right there, man.
Like,
word.
I was really like making sure, like things was set up so when I come home I could hit the ground running. So I used to call them and only talk about like building something up, and so that's like dope. We already had the record label, and so we was like, all right, bet let's build something around it. Of course, the merch and all that. So our record label was called I&I, and the eyeball was like the third eye. We consider that the third eye.
I see that on the drones.
It's on the back of all our clothes. So like that's the third eye, and the third eye represents like the whole vision of having like seeing things before they happen. And just
that's important.
It's all incorporated. So we came up with, we went back and forth with a bunch of things, but the vision just stuck because it's universal, and
that's what I'm saying.
And of course the company is really Vision Attire, but our whole brand is just Vision, because like I said, it's universal, man.
Yeah, very relatable. Like I said, it's kind of self-explanatory,
right?
But obviously, you got your own story behind that,
right? So
we're getting that started though. What was like the first step? You said they already had the tees, or rather, how did you know what was the next article of clothing you wanted to go to? Because you started with the tees.
Yeah, so we had a run with those, like, and like I said, this was like our real first clothing line. Right. So we had to take the growing pains that came with it.
Yeah, we're gonna get into some of that stuff. I know it's a lot, yeah.
Cool. Like when I first came home, we got our first T-shirt, our first design, and that shit went so fast. It was like, oh shit, we got something here for real. So it was like, all right, bet let's really focus on what we gonna do, because we was pulling in more money off of the clothes than the music at the time. you know. So it was like, oh, nah, let's figure out how we could really make something out of this, you know, and make it grow like bigger than, you know, what it was, you know. So we, after the t-shirt, we was like, I bet. So this is the t-shirt. Let's get different colors of this t-shirt now. So then we dropped the black one and it sold out mad fast. Then we like, I bet, you know, we some hustlers, man. So we like, man, let's double back. So we got mad different colors of the shit and mad different, and we went all in, you know. At the end of the day, like, it did what it was supposed to do, but it didn't do as well as we thought it. But it was like probably about really the way we marketed it. I feel like, you know, we dropped too much stuff at one time, and there was a lot of options for people, and you know, people were just really getting fairly new. You know, it was fairly new. Yeah, it was fairly new to the world or whatever. So, and we were still building up, still learning things, still like getting our quality better as well.
That's one thing I always hear with when I talk to the designers. I know that's kind of a tricky thing, right?
Yeah, like that. So getting the quality to the.
This is some good quality, right?
Yeah. So of course, like now, you know, after the growing pains, you know, comes, you know, things that we learn and we apply. But like back then, it was like, you know, we was just getting what we can. And you know,
try to keep it
going at the time. And at the time, you know, I just came home. So, you know, I was on parole, so I was fairly limited as far as like certain times I couldn't be out and, you know, to promote and certain shit. So it was just a lot going on. And I remember having our first pop-up shop, and I still had my ankle bracelet on, you know, and we did well. We did really well. You know, we did really well, you know. And so after the t-shirts, it was just like, I bet. So of course, cool, we got mad colors of this, now let's do something different. Then, you know, we was like, I bet. It started getting cold. Of course, we got the hoodies. So we dropped some good hoodies, and we dropped them a few at a time, and them shit started selling out as well. So like then like I said, like we got that first 50. Once we got the first 50, we already knew we had something. And then
the tees or the hoodies?
The tees from the beginning.
Right.
And then, you know, as we kept going, it just was like, I bet now we got to just keep going, dropping new stuff. And then, you know, as the seasons change, you know, people want new articles of clothing and stuff like that.
If you're moving it, why stop?
Exactly, you know, so that then we went into hoodies, and, you know, we started getting into other things, and then, you know, we here.
And the ball rolling. But how does it work though, as far as like restocking and filling orders? Like, because I know that could be tricky. Because like you said, you kind of mentioned it earlier, maybe you had too much product.
Right.
But then you don't want to have not enough.
Right. So, I mean, like, I'd rather sell out than to have like over
stuff.
Just too much stuff like sitting around, you know. So like that is something that I still even talk to, you know, other people that I know that got brands that are doing well. That's always gonna be an issue, you know, because
it's a tough balance, right?
it's a tough balance. Like, you don't know which ones, like, cool, you might know certain things, like as far as like, yo, nah, I know they're gonna fuck with this because they've been fucking with this, and you know, a lot of people fuck with it, so let's get this amount, and then, you know, it goes. But you know, it's growing pains. Sometimes you're gonna get too much, and then you're gonna have to scale back. Sometimes you're gonna get too little and sell out too fast, and then have people like, yo, man, I had a lot of issues like that, where it was like, yo, like it sold out. It was like, yo, now it's like you got beef with me now because I can't get you the shit. Like,
how about when you bring it back and now everybody just like,
then it's like, I bet they ate that shit up. Now let's restock it. Now we restock it, and then nobody around no more. Like, you know, we've been through that. Like I said, that's part of the growing pains. But you know, you gotta like. One thing that we always did was, once we manifest something and execute something, it's always something next. Like, what's next? What's what we gonna do after this? What we got coming forward? What we got in the fall? What we gonna do in this? You know, so you gotta stay a step ahead. And you know, in this clothing specifically, like it's growing pains that you gotta go through and to realize that type of stuff.
Yeah, because with designers, like it's seasonal stuff, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So you gotta try to keep up with that, and I know, like you said, with the fabrics and the quality.
Yeah, for sure.
So what was because having a brand is just dope, man. Like that's, especially you. Well, we didn't get to the store yet, but what was the most exciting thing as far as like once you moved on from the tees? Because now you got the pullovers,
right?
The hats. hats, you got the sweatsuits.
Right. So this is what happened. Like, so after you know, we had a great run with all of that stuff. I remember this kind of really set us like in the right direction. Like, it kind of propelled us for real. We dropped. It was these actually.
Yeah, I like
it was
these.
These.
Right
It was. We had like sets of crews, and we had sweatsuits, all 3M with this small vision right here. The basic 3M we call it.
Yeah, I like
and,
it.
You know, we got the stitching on the what's the name in the back or whatever. We dropped those one at a time, and them shit sold out immediately. And every week we was dropping, and every one sold out. And that's when we was like, oh shit, like, all right, let's get some new stuff. And then we kind of had a new marketing scheme as far as like how to drop it, not dropping too much at once.
All right.
You know, not dropping too much at once every time. And that kind of propelled us to start getting into other things. Like we started making jackets. We started making
oh, I ain't picked the jacket.
Yeah, we started making pants, baseball jerseys, hockey jerseys. We had a lot of stuff in that run, but that was kind of what propelled us. Like just specifically spoken, like one item at a time.
And that's a good point you're making, because I think some people think they're gonna just do everything at one time, and then you end up. I guess it's still growing pains anyway, but like you said, I'd rather just get the gist of it, one item at a time.
Right.
How did you know, as far as now you're doing all that, I guess you're going off consistency when you know now it's time to open up a storefront? Because usually a lot of people, they try to stick online, but I know it's good to have a front to it. People could walk in, especially in your own town too. Like.
Right. So the online thing we was doing very well. We are doing very well still.
Right.
And so we shipped out to people all over the country, you know. So people was tapping into Texas, Atlanta, Florida, California. Nice. So people was tapping in, and we was getting it done as far as like shipping out and having an online presence. But as far as like the people that we was still out the trunk at the time too. So we was online and out the trunk. So it's like certain people would just hit me in the DM like, yo, I want this, and like, yo, where you at? If you local, we'll pull up on you, or you could pull up, meet me here. I'll give it to you right out the trunk, and then we'll take it offline. And we had that whole system. But it's like, how much times are we gonna really be like around? Sometimes we're not around. People hitting me. Then when I get back around, you're not around. You feel me? So it was like, and then at the end of the day, we always had the goal. Like I said, with my team, we always like, once we execute something, we looking at what's next. So like I said, as we kept, elevating, we like, yo, we gotta solve that issue as far as like, dealing out the trunk, and every time you ain't gonna just set up shop and sit on the block.
Sit on the
block,
right.
You know what I'm saying?
And it's kind of not kind of. It is a way better look. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. Because at certain points, the people, they gonna support you no matter what. But then it's like, what do we support? Like, we gonna support the elevation, or you gonna just keep dealing us out your trunk?
You know what I'm saying? Keep banging us in the head.
Yeah,
right, so I respect it.
Yo, and so like, then we got together, and we came up with the idea of like manifesting the store. Even though we really had that in mind, it was just like, I bet. We got to a point like, I bet now it's time. We got enough inventory, we got enough designs, we got enough clientele, and it's like, I bet, let's open a store. So then that's how that came about.
That's dope. And pardon me, man, me and my crew, we messed up. Me and the cameraman messed up. Somebody came in here and copped some, we even captured it. So I'm bad with that word. Somebody came through and captured it, copped something. Yeah. But one thing you mentioned, man, I don't want to overlook this before we get out of here, man. It's a lot of strategizing.
Oh, for sure.
It's a lot of strategizing. Sure, like, you could be consistent. You got the product and all of that.
For sure.
But man, it's a lot of strategizing.
Yeah, because you got to think, right? So like, everything that's manifested always start in your head, right? So like, me and my team, we come together, we got ideas that, certain ideas y'all don't see. You know what I'm saying? But look at the ideas y'all do see. You get what I'm saying? Like, so when we come together and, we put our brains together and we create another brain, which has never existed, and, we create things and, we manifest them. Because like the strategy behind, just building a business, period, like, it's important. You can't just like be like, yo, just make a t-shirt and then drop it online and then, or drop it here. Yeah. Nah, we like, and part of the elevation, I don't want to skip that as far as like, at first I was the only model. You get what I'm saying? I was the only sole model for Vision, you know?
That plays a part too.
Yeah, you know, at the end of the day, cool, like I said, but how long are they just gonna see me on a block taking a picture? Like, you know what I'm saying? And then me and you ain't selling it out my trunk. Like, we gotta seek some type of elevation. So, you know, we had to hire photographers, we had to hire models, we had to hire, you know, just to get our online presence better, you know, and for other eyes to be on it and not just be.
That's what it's about nowadays. Yeah. Well, it's not all about that, but that plays a heavy part.
Yeah, for sure.
That online presence, how you look.
For sure.
It's like you said, everybody can't touch you. Everybody can't talk to you.
People in California, people in, you know, Wichita, wherever you are. Yeah, you know, like, it don't matter. If they didn't never come to the Vision store, they could always get a piece of Vision, you know what I'm saying?
No, we're not. That's dope.
Yeah.
And listen, man, again, congrats, salute to you and your team. This is something dope, man. You from this neighborhood. Well, for sure. Let's talk about that too, though. What made you choose, you from the neighborhood. We on Jamaica Ave right now. We in Jamaica. We in the Hollis area. We in the, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So what made you choose the area, man? That shit gotta feel good.
Yeah, it feel great, man. We had a grand opening the other day, not too long ago. And it was amazing, man. You know, I see a lot of people from the community come out to support and show love. People that have been, you know, supporting the brand for a while, and even new people. It was amazing, man. It was a great win for everybody. And, you know, moving forward, you know, like, the plan is, of course, to take the brand global, you know. But, you know, we want to definitely set up a hub here where even, you know, I know it's the Vision store and you see a whole bunch of Vision stuff, but, you know, we want to open it up to other designers as well that, you know, local and even, you know, even all over. And, you know, have great brands in here that, you know, we feel is elevated and, you know, can match what we doing. And, you know, so like that, having a store here was super important for us because, you know, we wanted to touch the people and understand, like, let them understand, like, you know, you could do it too. Like, we some people that you could really come and touch every day and, you know, really shake hands with, and we gonna take it to a greater level. Of course, we got goals of, you know, opening stores in other places. You know, I don't want to get into that now because we on execution mode. You know, but of course, but this is where it started at. So of course, we want to, you know, give to the demographic that, you know, we accustomed to for real first, and then, you know, take it worldwide.
Y'all definitely gonna do it, man, because y'all been doing it step by step, you know, time at a time. You're not just trying to do everything at once. Like I mentioned, a lot of strategizing, a lot of planning, and I love to see it, man. I saw the grand opening, and, you know, I had to reach out.
Nah, for sure.
I'm like, we gotta shine a light on that. I mean, I think we talked about that before anyway, about doing something again anyway. So, you know, everything happens when it's supposed to happen.
Nah, for real, everything happens.
So, you know, thank you for coming on the DagogetaTv.
Nah, for sure.
Vision on deck. I'm your guy, Deme D. Any closing words before we close out?
Yeah, man. You know, come to 209-21 Jamaica Avenue. Come to the Vision store, you know. VisionAttire.shop. You can shop with us online. And, you know, keep up with the everything that we got going on, and we coming, man.
Make sure y'all stay tapped in, man. You know we always bring you that fresh content, the indie crew. I'm your guy, Deme D, Mr. Everywhere. In my old neighborhood, I'm feeling good, Queens. What We Roc, subscribe, share, hit that button, man.